This is Marketplace, the ultimate egg crackdown.
When we're buying ethical eggs, are we getting what we're paying for?
So many choices. What makes a better egg?
So it depends how they were raised and how they were hatched.
Caged or cage-free?
If a chicken's not happy, it won't lay an egg.
I honestly don't care much about the treatment of chicken.
What's more nutritious? What's best for the chicken? And what tastes best?
It makes me think of sunshine.
This is your Marketplace.
We're about to get cracking. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you. Putting one of your favorite foods to the test. What do you like about eggs?
They have good protein.
They go well with bacon.
Cooking up a storm? Chef John Lee. He's a restaurant owner and George Brown College instructor.
I try and balance, I think, what my palate wants to taste, and there we have it, versus what my mind wants to taste.
Do you like it fluffy or do you like it more soggy?
Anyway, John's cooking.
That's the right answer.
Our testers have no labels to read, though you will soon. No idea of what brand they're tasting. This looks lighter.
So it depends how they were raised and how they were hatched.
On the menu today, conventional, free run, organic free range, and pastured.
Depending on budget. Do we want to spend that much money on organic this or cruelty-free that? How far does your morality extend towards your economic reality?
Good question. What guides our choices when buying our eggs?
Cost, price, definitely. It's the first thing that I really consider when I'm buying eggs.
Cost is key for Mom Cindy. Why is that important to you?
Because there are a lot of things that you can't cut cost on, like kids' after-school activities and that type of thing, but food and groceries are one thing that I think that you can.
And that's why Cindy buys conventional, the cheapest and most popular, from caged birds.
Always salt at the end. Should we try some? What do you think? All right. Asher, you're a wonderful help. Thank you. Ready?
First up, the top sellers, Burnbrae and Grey Ridge.
I grew up on an egg farm, and the consistency of the eggs, that's always different for every farm.
Who knew? Burnbrae's not off to a good start.
It's very bland.
They're very bland.
Very bland. Yeah.
How about Grey Ridge?
With gorgeous, brilliant color, it makes me think of sunshine.
Sunshine? Sounds idyllic, but
With the very cheapest ones, my worry is that they're being raised in the way that's most cost-effective and probably caring least about the well-being and the health of the animals.
you've probably heard about concerns like Catherine's in campaigns like this. Animal rights activists have been battling against conventional battery cages for years. They say cage-free is the only way to go and encourage us to make guilt-free choices.
Buy me.
When we're in the grocery store.
Buy me. I'm certified organic. Who cares? I'm a buck cheaper.
But are conventional cages all that bad? I'm heading to southwestern Ontario to a source of conventional eggs.
We're going to disinfect the bottom of your boots before we go in.
Dan Veldman's been an egg farmer for almost 20 years.
Putting on the suit.
There you go.
A surprise guest, the general manager from Egg Farmers of Ontario.
That's not too bad.
I'm suited up to protect the birds from disease like avian flu.
How's this for a fashion statement?
Tagging along too, the association's PR guy.
We're going to head over to barn 2.
Each conventional or battery cage barn has 20,000 birds.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a huge operation.
Well, it is. It's a family farm.
Family farm? Some might call it a factory farm.
This system is about keeping eggs separated, but yet still having speed that you can get the collection done.
His collection goes to Grey Ridge, one of Canada's biggest sellers.
So how many birds in a cage?
These have 6. And you can notice as we, with the light of the camera, they get a little bit restless.
And when it comes to cages like these, there's trouble at the hen house. The European Union banned battery cages in 1999. Scientists had seen abnormal behavior in birds. farmers had 12 years to get rid of them. Other countries have followed suit. But Canada? Battery cages like Dan's could be around for another 20 years. And Dan says that's okay.
The activists tell us that, they're going to live in deplorable filth for 20 years. They're not. They're well cared for. There's a farmer on the farm.
Still, it's cramped quarters. Look at how the hen's head touches the manure belt. But to Dan,
it's economical. As you can notice, the hens are well feathered. It keeps a very clean egg.
Their whole life is spent caged.
They're singing and they're eating, and that means a lot to what's going on in your barn, to the environment, to the hen health.
But it's the kind of life that taster Catherine questions. When you go to the grocery store, do you seek that out?
Yeah, I look for something that looks like it's not factory farmed.
Buying free-run organic eggs, it's really expensive, so I don't want to make light of that, but battery caged hens have horrible lives.
Lorraine Johnson's written City Farmer and argues the case for backyard chickens. They can be a great source of eggs. To Lorraine, every hen in a backyard is one less in a factory. I first met her late last summer. Hi, Lorraine.
Hi.
Ever thought of raising your own backyard hens? For amateurs like me,
Jeez, I'm scared.
it's not easy.
I have done my fair share of chicken chasing. Try not to get them really freaked out or stressed.
Do you have any tricks?
Getting them comfortable and familiar with you. And the way to do that is always, it's like with any animal, through food.
Right, of course. It's as if she's a chicken whisperer.
This is home. She knows it's a safe place.
They're curious creatures.
Keep their lives as interesting as possible.
Lorraine says birds can have a better life when they're not confined to a space the size of this square. Outdoors, they do what comes naturally. Peck, sunbathe, scratch, and stretch.
If the animal hasn't been treated well, you're eating that anxiety that's in the animal.
I don't think the chickens are unhappy in a cage at all.
Why do you say that?
Because if you go in a barn and you see them there, the birds are happy. That's it.
Happy how?
Because
how do you know that?
if a chicken's not happy, it won't lay an egg. That's it.
There are all kinds of ways so that they can breed hens to be basically industrial products. Doesn't necessarily mean they're happy. It means they're basically a machine.
I honestly don't care much about the treatment of chickens, and I'm probably the only person here who's going to say that.
That was a debate. Whoa, and just all of a sudden, everything just got like...
Good job selecting people.
Yeah.
A more ethical egg?
This is the future.
And we get cracking with Cagefree.
They're getting their money's worth.
Do you taste the difference?
Marketplace, laying out your options one egg at a time.
Yeah, that's right. You can get the sound. You can hear the sound watching. Yeah.
We're getting cracking, taste testing, scrambled eggs. When it comes to our conscience and our wallets, what's best for the cluckers? What's best for you?
Do you taste the difference?
Oh, yeah. Immediately.
Yeah.
They don't know it yet, but our tasters are trying eggs from hens on grass.
It was much stronger than I noticed with the other eggs.
The aroma, I'm talking
The
about.
aroma, yeah.
This carton costs almost twice as much as caged.
Any clue of what type of egg this might be?
Terrible.
Will our ethical egg-spurt guess right?
I guess conventional myself.
Yikes. Remember, this test is blind. But even with labels, dietitian Christy Brissett says it's a guessing game.
There's so many different terms out there. Are they natural? Are they free range, free run? Does it have to be organic? And paying more, are you actually getting what you're paying for?
Yeah, that's always the question.
A huge question.
Marketplace viewer Catherine Hurd's trying to answer that question.
I've been trying to make a balance between buying eggs that are affordable, but also buying ones that are ethical. Nest-laid, from hens raised in enriched colony housing.
Nest-laid? Enriched? This brand costs about 50 cents more than conventional. Is it worth the extra coin? Catherine wants to see firsthand.
Do you have any farms where I could visit to see how they're raised?
No.
No? So there's no way I could tour a farm?
No.
She's told to go online for a virtual tour.
So this is the enriched colony that is designed to give birds more space to move around.
Sounds better than conventional battery cages.
They're pretty close together.
Catherine can't get in, but we can.
We're transitioning over to barn 3.
I'm back with Dan Veldman.
We'll control their lighting.
Control their lighting.
Yeah, like
mood lighting.
Mood lighting, yeah.
One of his barns has enriched housing.
This was one of the first barns in Ontario to have enriched housing.
Seems like it's just a bigger cage.
With the camera here, you know, the birds are a little bit nervous.
So how's it different from conventional?
In these colonies here, there'll be about 30, and they get double the square inches.
More room and far less birds than his conventional barn.
It looks like they're in line waiting for the scratching.
Yeah.
Each colony has a scratch pad and perches.
Science has told us the birds want to be in private. They want to be in a little dark box to lay their egg.
Hey, no peeking.
They're getting all ruffled up.
Yeah,
It's
they are.
babes. If I was going into a grocery store, how would I know that my eggs are coming from enriched?
Yeah, so it'll either say enriched colony, or enriched coop, nest laid. The sales on them isn't high yet. It'll come.
Here we go. All right.
We have a huge appetite for eggs, spending about $2 billion on them a year.
Can we have something that's commercially viable, but also ethically acceptable? And that's kind of the middle ground that people are looking for now in terms of large-scale production.
The egg industry's answer to that? Enriched cages like Dan's. And whether you think they're a reasonable compromise, they're the future.
This system, to me, is going to be, you know, what I'd like to call maybe the gold standard.
A gold standard supported by the Egg Farmers of Canada.
It's a balance, you know, between the animal welfare, you know, worker safety.
Most farmers have battery cages. They'll have until 2036 to get rid of them.
You don't do this overnight. It has to be a transition that we can perfect and that we can make. We don't want to make mistakes.
But why not go cage-free? In Canada, some of the largest fast food chains say they're making the switch in the next 10 years.
There is a greater demand. I mean, restaurants like McDonald's and Tim Hortons committing to cage-free.
I'm going to wait and see how that plays out yet. When the consumers go to a grocery store, 90% of them buy a conventional egg. I want to produce what the consumer wants.
But caged eggs aren't what Catherine wants. Back on her virtual tour, she's trying to get to the bottom of free run. No cages here. The hens live in a barn.
They still look really mechanized, and the barns are huge.
How about free range? It's barn life as well, but hens have access to the outdoors, in theory.
It was a huge outdoor run, but there were almost no chickens in it.
It's up for interpretation from farm to farm. Take this one. The site claims birds prefer the comfort of their barn. Say what? Birds don't want to go outside?
Ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, let's do it.
This means free range at Marty Pronk's farm. He's part of a farmer-owned cooperative, Organic Meadow. Their label claim, eggs from hens on pasture. It's old McDonald's style here, and the only cage these hens have is a fence.
They're pecking at something new. They're curious,
Realize, yeah. They are just loving my boots.
Until it's cold, his hens get to roam.
Fresh air, sunshine, that does a lot of good to an animal. It's December, so grass isn't growing, and that's why it looks rough like this. But look at, they're still happy to pick and scratch.
Marty admits his type of farming takes more work.
Sometimes you will see one hen that is being chased.
Birds also peck. Sometimes Marty's got to play referee. Organic feed's more expensive.
So this is it.
And hen gathering eggs takes effort.
So this is a nesting box where the hens lay their eggs.
The cost? A pricier egg. Over $4 more than caged.
Not everyone can afford your eggs.
I know, but I think the consumer can feel confident that what they're buying, they're getting their money's worth. I honestly do.
All right, this is our final sample.
Do it, come on.
Our tasters are giving Organic Meadows a whirl.
Forget about me.
Oh, I won't.
Never, never. It's gorgeous. It's really nice. If anyone doesn't want this, just joking.
F is really delicious. It has like a
I'm actually really enjoying it.
Really,
Is it really
creamy.
effing delicious? All right. Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry.
My guess would be organic, but I also know it can depend on what the hens are eating.
She's right. A hen's diet can affect taste. How about nutrition? We sent our samples for lab testing, and there's a difference, a big one. So who's at the top of the pecking order? Organic Meadow. And when it comes to hens on pasture, other studies show similar results.
Are you ready to hear the results?
Sure. Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Well, nutritionally speaking, Organic Meadow did the best.
Really? That's good. I don't want to seem surprised, but I'm pleasantly surprised. We must be doing something right.
The areas it did well in, vitamin E, it had 3 to 5 times more than other eggs. There were twice as much omega-3s, vitamin A as well, and vitamin D was much higher.
Yeah, no, that's nice to hear. So anyway, I'm passionate a little bit.
Marty says it's a testament to his approach.
It's good that people appreciate that.
Find out how your favorite brand stacks up.
Time to crack open the truth.
Totally shocked and humiliated.
That was my favorite.
What do you want for breakfast? Tell us which eggs you want on your plate at cbc.ca/marketplace. Marketplace, giving your breakfast an egg up.
There you go.
Wow.
I want more for me.
I can tell. All right.
6 samples of eggs from different farming methods.
It's good. It's not my favorite.
Can our tasters figure out who's laid their favorite? Lorraine?
I'm really enjoying this sample F. I think it's very good.
She says sample F like she knows something.
No, I don't know, and I'm terrified.
I can't wait, honestly, until you guys find out what it actually is, because, of course, I have my own speculations.
Time to crack open the truth. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Show of hands, you can only choose one. Sample A. Not one. Oh, enough said. Whoa, that's burn braised conventional. You made a face there, why? Because that's what I buy. Did you guess that one?
I knew that, yeah, right away.
Moving on, sample B. Rob? It's Grey Ridge Free Run, also a bust. Next up, Small Flock's Delight. Pricier than the first two and also not popular. Sample C.
Wow.
You say, wow, why?
Because I was pretty sure it was conventional, and I actually get the small flock every now and again.
Time of year plays a huge difference too,
okay,
because summertime, the hens are out and about, enjoying life, eating insects, eating grasses, and that affects the flavor and the color.
The kids like Burn Bray Organic, but a majority prefer Sample D, Grey Ridge Conventional. Sample D. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. You like Sample D, right?
That was my favorite.
That was my favorite too. Oh my goodness, yeah.
It's a tie between Grey Ridge Conventional and Organic Meadow.
I'm totally shocked and humiliated and all that stuff.
Why?
Well, because I know when I have hens in my own backyard, I am convinced that I can tell the difference, like, so strongly. I was so sure, like I would have put money on it, thinking, hey, this is a happy hen. I'm eating the egg of a happy hen, and I was so certain, and I couldn't taste it.
Catherine, What do you think?
My top pick was the organic meadow. I think given the ethical issues, I would probably still buy organic, but I didn't find a huge range of difference.
Morally, we all have that choice, but some people don't have that choice financially.
Absolutely, you got it.
The kids certainly picked the organic as their first choice, which I found was interesting, but they're not buying the groceries yet, so...
Better get a paper route. Just saying. What will our taste testers think of our nutritional results? Ready for the big reveal? Sample F.
Yeah.
Sample F is organic meadow. While all the brands met their label claims, nutritionally, organic meadow eggs came out on top. Dietitian Christy Brissett analyzed our results.
So the fat profile of the egg is healthier. And vitamins like vitamin D that are fat soluble that you'll find in the yolk, they were a lot higher in the organic sample. Same thing with vitamin A and vitamin E.
Will these results make a difference the next time they shop? Not for Hank. He chose Grey Ridge Conventional.
It has all the qualities that I need to be comfortable in eating it.
So it doesn't change your mind?
No, not really.
Catherine, what are your thoughts?
I think it's really reassuring to know that, you know, if along with the flavor goes better nutrition as well, I mean, then it sounds really like it is worth paying that little bit extra.
Very informative, lot to digest. I learned a lot today about eggs, and I mean, it will make me think twice.
How do you feel now that you've finished the taste test extravaganza? Whoa, it's so much quieter. I think they're ready to sleep.
It's a lot of rich food.
Everyone go home and eat a salad.
Yes, from the dietitian's mouth.